So, it's been about, what, 4 days since Numa came out. Vanguard Zombies. Everyone's been playing it. I've been playing it. People have beaten the Easter egg. I've beat the Easter egg. Doing some high round runs that I haven't actually done yet. Maybe grinding some camo, something I have been doing. Just playing the game and finally, hopefully, having fun with Vanguard Zombies. And you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail, you've clicked the video, and you're all thinking to yourself, is this it? Has Vanguard Zombies finally been saved? And the answer to that is honestly, not really. No. Like, don't get me wrong. Numa is a really good step in the right direction, but is it Vanguard Zombies' savior? Is it like the best map we're ever gonna get? Is it gonna finally put Vanguard Zombies on the map? No, not really. Because at the end of the day, it is just Numa. Now, don't get me wrong. I've enjoyed my time playing this map. I've enjoyed playing Zombies on Vanguard since probably the first day this game came out. Like, I played that on Fang for like an hour. I kind of liked it. By the end of that first day, I hated it, and I have done ever since. And I've jumped back in over this past week. I've played some Numa, and I have been enjoying it. I have had a lot of fun. I've been working on some challenges, doing some weird things here and there, trying to see what I can do, see if I can break the game in any way, to be honest. And I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun with Vanguard Zombies. But this video isn't really for people that are in the same bracket as me. This video is more for people who maybe didn't buy Vanguard, or maybe you just have it sitting in your library, whether it's installed or unstalled, whatever it is. This video is more catered towards you, and whether it's worth your time to get this game and play it. Now, straight off the bat, it is not worth your money to buy this game. It's not. If you're looking to play this game simply for zombies, it is not worth your money. Don't go out and spend the 60, 70, 80 pounds or dollars, or however much it is in your currency. Don't buy the game. Maybe, yes, if there's a sale going on and you really want to get into this game and play zombies, then sure, do what you want. I'm not gonna like tell you how to spend your money and not, but I wouldn't recommend this game to someone who just wants to play zombies. If you want to play this game and experience the whole package, sure, why not? I've said it before. I think Vanguard multiplayer is in an okay spot. Just because a lot of people don't like the multiplayer doesn't mean it's bad. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I understand that, like, you know, to get good at these games, you got to adapt how you play them, and you know, you'll eventually get better at them. I get that. Doesn't mean I'm going to. Doesn't mean I'm going to enjoy doing that. But like, at the end of the day, the multiplayer isn't in a bad spot. Campaign is the campaign, but zombies is the main point that a lot of people on this channel obviously care about. I care about it the most. And if you haven't picked up this game and you're seeing this hype around Numa, I wouldn't invest your money in it just yet. Not yet. However, if you are someone who has already purchased the game and it is sitting in your library, whether it's installed or uninstalled, maybe it is worth an hour or two of your time to just sit down one evening and play for a bit. Get a feel to the game, because it does feel good to play. I've been saying it time and time again since Vanguard launched. I think this is some of the best gameplay we have ever seen in Vanguard Zombies, and I stand by that. I know a lot of people don't really like the engine. They don't like how it feels because it doesn't feel like a traditional Treyarch Zombies game, but I am someone who loves change. I embrace change. I love it, and I really like how this Zombies plays on this game. I loved, and I mean I loved, like, to the point where I think I'd put Modern Warfare 2019 in my top 3 Call of Duty games. Like, I loved it that much, right? It's like, I love that game, and I love that engine. And ever since that game came out, I wanted a Zombies experience on that engine, and we finally have it. The game plays tremendously. It's really good. Sure, there's a few stutters here and there. I haven't really seen anyone complaining about too many crashes. I've seen a few, but it's not like a mental like the Black Ops 4 days. The gameplay, like I've said, is really good. The gunplay feels incredible. Obviously, it's not realistic. It's Call of Duty, but like, for the way the guns feel and the way they play, they don't all feel too dissimilar from one another, but the ones that do have character, the ones that do feel like they're in their own little league, are incredible. Such as the M1 Garand feels really good. I know that's weird, but it's one of my favorites. I like it. The Burst AR, I've just been grinding through the count for that. Feels great. The STG is incredible for zombies somehow. Obviously, everyone knows the Einhorn is great, and you know the other shotguns are good, but there are some hidden gems with the guns that you can have a lot of fun with. because Vanguard Zombies, the difficulty is, it's kind of in this weird middle ground between like Black Ops 3 and Cold War. Like, you can breeze your way through the first 30 to 35 rounds and literally use anything in the game. You want to do it with pistols, you can do it with pistols. You want to do it with SMGs, you can do it with SMGs. ARs, you can do it with ARs. You want to do it with shotguns, guess what? You can. You can literally get through, honestly, I'd probably say you can get to round 50 in this game using literally any weapon you want. Like, the balancing is really, really good. And the other thing as well is like the difficulty in terms of like the zombies, it's not too difficult. Like, I wouldn't say it's very casual friendly, but it's not also like for the hardcore players only. Like, if you remember, if you've ever done like high round runs in Cold War, you'll get to about round 50, 55, and you'll start getting zombies that are like super sprinters. They hit for a lot harder, they're a lot faster, they're a lot scarier to deal with. Those zombies are back with numa, but you start facing them at round 35. Like, you start facing off against them 20 rounds earlier in this game than what you would in Cold War. And I love that, because it makes a game that for the first 30 to 35 rounds, if you are someone who obviously plays the game, you know, somewhat frequently, and you've got experience with zombies, you're obviously going to be comfortable with it. But it makes getting into those mid 30 rounds a little more stressful. You see the round counter tick up to 35, and you think, oh shit, here we go. This is where I got to start concentrating and playing a bit more, you know, tactically, because there's going to be super sprinters that are just up my ass constantly. The Sturmkriegers, I know everyone hates them, the big guys with the machine guns. They're not too difficult to kill, but they're very prevalent in this map after round 20. The explosive guys, I feel like after round 20, you're killing like 7 a round. They're constantly up your ass. You don't have armored zombies in this game, so it makes it a bit easier, but the zombies hit you from like 10 feet away, which is a bit weird. Don't know if that's like a bug or whatever, if that's just how the zombies are programmed, but it is what it is. The zombies feel faster in this game. They definitely hit a bit harder at the higher rounds. It does make you fear for your life and make you play a bit more tactically. The pathing of zombies is also a bit weird. Like, they don't clump together like they do in traditional Treyarch Zombies games. And when you're training and you turn around, you've just got this like tiny group of 24 zombies, but they're all like stacked in together. Like, each zombie kind of has like physicality to it. Like, they don't phase into one another. So if you're training around, all the zombies are going to be separated and they're all going to be in like this big area, and you got to like kind of also tactically take out your zombies. You can't just run around in a circle and shoot them all and do it again and again and again. I mean, you can do that, but it's definitely harder in this game. But let's talk a bit about the Easter egg. The Easter egg in numa wasn't the most difficult Easter egg we've ever had. I think it was about 2.5 to 3 hours before the first teams were beating the Easter egg. I didn't beat it the first day. Annoyingly, I beat it second day because I got stuck on the cipher step because I'm a dumbass. But it is what it is. But the Easter egg hunt, it wasn't like the most intense thing in the world. It wasn't like this mad extravaganza that I know a lot of Zombies fans want back. But I honestly kind of don't mind it, because the Easter egg, sure, the initial hunt didn't last very long, but some of the steps did take a little bit of time to figure out. It wasn't like the most difficult, complex thing in the world, but it also wasn't super straightforward. Like the cipher step, like I said, once it, like, to figure it out initially took quite a while, especially on my part. But then once you've got it down, you kind of know exactly where you're going. All the parts are in the same position every time. It makes it super simple. There's not like a million spawn points for things. Like, it makes it a bit more casual, but it also makes it a lot more fun to do the Easter egg if you're doing it multiple times, because you know exactly where to go. It is more of an enjoyable experience for me, myself, personally. That sentence made no sense, but we're gonna run with it. As like, I'm not someone who is like an avid Easter egg hunter, and I'm not someone who like constantly does Easter eggs, because quite frankly, I'm a bit of an idiot. Like, once again, the Easter egg just kind of sits in this nice middle ground where, like, it's not too complicated, but it's also not like a walk in the park. It's comfortable for casual players, but it's also probably pretty good for the more seasoned players like myself. Like, it's an okay experience. It's okay, borderline a good Easter egg experience. But the main thing that really gets you with this map is the Wunderwaffe. The Easter egg for the weapon is super straightforward. Like, it's super straightforward. You grab 2 parts, you charge a couple of batteries, and it's done. Yes, you have to wait until round 15, but I absolutely love that. Having a wonder weapon that you can't acquire until like a certain time I really like it, because you're not going to be getting it out of the box immediately every game. If you do, it's just like luck of the cards, good for you, but like it's not like the weight isn't like BO3 where you could open the box and first spin you can get the ray gun Mark II, or you could get the thunder gun, or you could get whatever wonder weapon it is. You're not getting that on Vanguard, and I like that. It adds a little bit of a challenge for the earlier rounds, but then you are guaranteed to get it at round 15 if you do the steps before that, which is really nice. And the wonder weapon itself is rewarding. It's good. It's not incredible. It's in terms of like overall damage, it's insane. Like the single shot damage will one shot the Sturmkrieger, which once again is the big MG guy. You'll one shot him infinitely, I'm fairly certain. The initial shot from the Wunderwaffe puts out like 300,000 damage if you have like the right covenants and whatever. It definitely doesn't chain onto as many zombies as it used to, but honestly, I kind of don't mind that, because your weapons in general are already really good. You don't need to rely on this wonder weapon. It's just kind of nice to have it there to take out the bosses, as I mainly use it as like a utility weapon to just take out the bigger bosses, take out the Zabalas, take out the Sturmkriegers if I need to, and I don't mind that. It doesn't feel like a crutch weapon anymore. It just feels like a, oh shit, there's a big guy, I need to take him out. I'll swap to the Wunderwaffe, do this big damage, take out a couple of adds as well, then I can get back to doing my train, and I'm comfortable, I'm fine, I know what I'm doing. It's not a bad gun, and I like it. I like it a lot. But there are a few things about the map that I don't necessarily love. A weird one for me, the Pack-a-Punch camo, tier 1 and tier 2 look really, really good. Tier 3 sucks ass. It looks so blocky and horrible. It looks like it's been made by a 4-year-old. I hate it. I don't like it. It's just nasty looking. You have this like big blue blocky, like white and blue blocks constantly moving all around your gun. It looks awful. It looks so just rushed and not nice, and it's like they've literally just taken like a handful of paint and just threw it at something and gone, that looks okay, we're gonna use that. Whereas at least like tier 1 and tier 2, they look like they've been properly designed. They look like they have been they've specifically spent hours making them look the way they do. Like, they look great. And then tier 3, it just looks like a child has just taken a crayon and just scribbled all over a gun. Also, with Shi no Numa, there are a few bugs that I've encountered every now and then, specifically at the beginning of like a Boomschrei round, which is like our dog round in this map. You'll just randomly take like 25% of your damage. Like, I don't know why. You just get injured for no reason. You could be at like 150 health, and then all of a sudden you're at like 115. Like, I don't know why. You just randomly lose health. I don't know if you're hitting like a death barrier, whether like a zombie is spawning on you or whatever it is. Like, I don't know. But you just randomly take damage every now and then. I haven't been killed by it yet, thankfully, but I guarantee you there's gonna be a time when it happens and it's gonna annoy the shit out of me. But it hasn't happened yet. But that is a thing, so do beware. Another like small complaint as well is I kind of think the box is just pretty redundant in this game mode, as you can now quite literally buy Pack-a-Punch guns off the wall, and the selection of guns on the wall on Shi no Numa aren't bad weapons. There's the Thompson, there's the STG, the MP40, one of the shotguns, I think it's the combat shotgun, the pump action, the Type 100, the M1 Garand. Like, these are all very, very usable weapons that are just on the wall, and you can buy them Pack-a-Punched after like, I think round 6. Most of the guns will be like tier 1 Pack-a-Punch, then at about round 15 they'll all be tier 2, and around 23 to 25 they'll get boosted up to a tier 3 Pack-a-Punch, and they all cost like a little less than the actual Pack-a-Punch version. I think tier 1 costs like 4,000 instead of 5,000. I think tier 2 is about 12,000 instead of 15,000. I think tier 3 is like 25,000 rather than 30,000, which it kind of does make the box just a bit redundant, because obviously you spawn in with the gun you want to use. You obviously can get a very, very easy Wunderwaffe, and you can also just buy guns off the wall. Like, I know it's a really weird like complaint, but the box just doesn't need to be a thing on this map unless you want the ray gun. But then even then you can get the ray gun from like just beating the Easter egg, because the Easter egg, another also, which kind of ties into another complaint, is the Easter egg. I mean, I say complaint, I know some people will like it, I know some people won't, but like when you beat the Easter egg, you just continue the map again. There's no end game. You just go until infinity or until you get bored again, which I know a lot of people will like, but I've become quite accustomed to just ending a game when you beat the Easter egg. I kind of like that now. I've become used to it, and I want that back for some reason. I don't know why, I just do. I feel lost without it almost. But yeah, there's just a few little small things that I don't like about it. But at the end, the main thing I don't like about Numa is the fact it's Numa. It's a map that has been around for, I believe, 13 years this year. 2009, Numa was released, and 13 years later, we have it back again as a DLC map for Vanguard. And in between that time, it's had 3 other remasters. We don't need Numa anymore. Like, it's a map that I feel like just kind of needs to be moved on. And my main worry is the fact that we have another Numa remaster is people are just gonna get bored after the first week. I can see myself, if I play this map more than like 3 or 4 times a week, I'm not going to want to play it again for a month, and that worries me, because obviously if Activision starts seeing the numbers dropping for zombies, they're going to go, hey, hold up, I thought you said people wanted this, but they're not playing it. Oh, what's going on? What's going on here? Why is this happening? If this continues to happen, you can fucking forget about everything else you want to do. It's not happening, pal. And that does worry me, because Activision definitely seem like the type of company that are just going to see numbers dropping and go, oi, you promised us the goods. Where are they? Fuck off, you know? And that does kind of scare me, because at the end, because like a lot of people keep saying, is this is the last zombies experience until 2024. Obviously, I know people are rumoring that there's going to be like a standalone game next year. I don't believe it, not gonna lie. Don't think it's ever gonna happen. Would love it if it did. Just don't see them putting all that money into like a standalone game for zombies. Just can't see it happening personally. Would love it, don't see it happening. But I feel like if this map doesn't perform well, the next map we get, because we are getting another map with Numa, you've got to remember that. I just feel like it's just not gonna be as cared for by the devs and by the studio, because Activision are just gonna turn around and go, do you know what? Yeah, no, your other map, the one you promised us was gonna do well, yeah, it did shit. We don't care about this anymore. Just put out what you want to put out, and just, yeah, in the bin for the next 2 years, pal. You know, like. Hey. It does kind of worry me. At the end of the day, the map is enjoyable for now. I'm still having a bit of fun with it. I obviously still want to do some content on it. I have a few challenge ideas in mind that I want to do for videos. I obviously want to grind out the camo finally, even though I think it looks ass, but I kind of want it. But yeah, I don't know. Is Vanguard Zombies back on the map? Not right now. Hopefully, in a couple of months, when Vanguard's winding down and we get our second round-based map. Who knows? Maybe it will be then. But for right now, I don't think it is. If you haven't bought the game, I wouldn't worry about it. If you have it installed or you don't have it installed, but you own the game, I'd say it's worth an hour or 2 of your time, maybe, just to check it out, see what it's like. But, you know, I wouldn't stress about it if you don't want to play it. You're really not missing much. Here's to hoping that the next map is something original and something good, because that's all I want, and I think that's all a lot of people want. I really do think they can pull something out of their ass and just make an incredible map. I really do think they can. Will they do it though? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.